Hey everybody, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game called Master Dater. Master Dater is a game from Cyanide and Happiness. They did Joking Hazard. I think they have a little comic strip. I don't know a ton about it, but I know I've played Joking Hazard, so I know they did that. And it plays 3 to 6 players, 20 plus minutes. All right. Now, what you're doing in this game is you are trying to be. You're going to be a single, a sexy single. That's what they call it. And you're trying to find the perfect date to meet some of your interests. And there are different types of interests, like maybe you want to be able to be taken in a fight, that kind of thing. And then people are going to play a body and a head to try to make a date for you that meets one of those 3 criteria or multiples. And players are trying to get a certain number of interest cards, a certain number of different types to win the game. That's enough talking about it. Let's go on the table. Check it out. All right, so here's a game of Master Dater. I'm going to say that slowly so I don't say the wrong thing. All set up for 3 players. Setup is really easy. I mean, you can't get much easier to set up than this game here. You're going to shuffle the body cards, shuffle the head cards, shuffle all the interest cards, and then deal out each player 3 bodies and 3 heads. All right? Then we're ready to play. So the way the game works is at the beginning, someone's going to be the sexy single. And what that means is they're looking for a date. And all that means is they're the person who's going to be judging the body and the head cards. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to flip 3 interest cards. They're supposed to be on one pile, but I just have random ones. Oh, that's good. And I got all 3 different types. And there are 3 types of interest. There's flame, love, and spark. All right? Now, then what happens is they're going to read all these out. I need someone who can take me in a fight. I'm interested in my bones, in bones for my bone pile. Fun facts about me, gifts are my love language, all right? Then each player, they're called the daters, are going to select a body and select a head, and they're going to piece that together to try to meet those criteria, all right? So let's see. See if I can meet any of these. All right, so I'm going to use this as my body because I think I'm going to try to get that one. I'll keep that face down so no one knows. And then for my head, we'll do this one just because the rest of them I have are not great. I have Always Eating and Frankenstein's Monster. So I'll put that down. Then each other player, again, like I usually do when I'm playing for other people, I'm just going to randomly draw. And then this player will do this one and this one. All right, and then once all the players, all the daters have their body and head selected, then they'll reveal at the same time and they'll put it together. So I have a wrestler food critic. This player has a fish escape artist. I don't know why they would have picked that, but c'est la vie. And then this player has a dweeb, eyeball dweeb. All right. Now what happens is the person who's the sexy single, so the person who's playing these cards here, is going to give these cards to the dater, the character that was built that they think meets that criteria the best. So along the lines of, apples to apples, something like that. It's all subjective, what you like. You can just give it all to one person because you don't like somebody, that kind of thing. But you're ultimately trying to actually make a match. So this one will get that one because that guy can clearly take them in a fight, even though he has a little weird head. But then when you win that, you put that face down. Okay? And I'll explain those in a second. Bones for my bone pile. Well, a fish has bones. So let's go ahead and give them that one. And then gifts are my love language. The dweeb is probably not going to give any gifts. She'll give the sexy single, will give this to that one because it doesn't really fit anybody else. All right. Then these are discarded to appropriate discard piles. Let's do it. Body, head, body, head. You draw back up to 3, so you get a new head and a new body. and then we will do it all again. Now, what you're trying to do, if you are in the game, everybody's going to be the dater eventually because the sexy single is going to rotate. You're trying to get 5 of these interest cards, all right? But within those 5, you can have more than that, but until you get 3 of each of the types, 1 of each of the types. So I need a flame, a spark, and I need to have love in my set of 5 in order for me to win. So right now, I am 2/3 of the way to winning. I just need 3 more cards, and one of them needs to be a heart. So I really need to focus on the love angle of the character that I'm building. All right? And these will come over here. You keep these face down so no one knows what you got going on. And then you keep going. And you keep playing like that until someone has met the winning criteria and the game is over. Or how these games usually go, you play for 72 hours and that's that. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later. But the game ends after someone has 5 cards, 1 of each of the types. So that is how you play Master Dater. Let's go up the top, see what we think about it. All right, well, that was Master Dater. So let's talk about the components. The components are actually really nice. These cards are really nice. They're linen finished. I don't really dig the art here. I know it's their cartoon style. This is just a regular set. It's not any NSFW stuff. So it's like a shark and a flaming pumpkin head. I like the art. Happy Sun, Rapunzel, all that kind of thing. And the bodies, similar type of deal. Time traveler, a tornado, standing on someone's head. So just silly stuff like that. That's cool. Lobster. So the art's cool, is interesting. There was a ton of interest cards, widely disliked. They don't really have a ton of art. They just have, sayings. I think the world has too many trees, that kind of stuff. So just a whole bunch of stuff that you're looking for to make this game have a ton of replayability. Now, this is not the NSFW version, but there is if you're into that. I will never play this. Some of these cards are disgusting. Maybe you don't think that, so I just don't like games like that. But they're like, I'll just show you the back and you can see kind of what's going on. And those are some PG ones from this. So there is stuff in here that is definitely not stuff you want to play with everybody. So you want to make sure if you're going to play with this, your group knows that you're playing with this. The base game can be played with anybody. There's some kind of like weird risque stuff, but not even risque, but just some weird stuff. It's nothing that's, disgusting or anything. So you'll be all right here. Being eaten by a shark, that's a little gory, but it's not that big a deal. Yeah, so that's the components and the art and all that stuff. Now let's talk about the gameplay. This is the type of gameplay that a lot of people are really into. It's like that Cards Against Humanity gameplay where someone's playing some cards down, people are voting on it. Apples to apples. You're playing a card, people are going to vote on some stuff that they think matches that correctly. It's party games have done this forever. It works well for a lot of people, but I just feel like it's time for this gameplay to move on. Part of my issue with it is it's so subjective. And I could play the perfect card to go, like when I showed you in the overview, I played, let me find it. The Wrestler one. Clearly would win this one. But what if the person playing has a different idea and they think something else is funny and they could get taken in a fight? I've wasted my Wrestler on the perfect card. Now I can't win it. I don't know. That subjectivity makes these games not fun for me. For me. I'm only talking about for me. I know tons of people love this. Tons of people are going to like this game. Building the people is actually really fun. I like that part of the game, but I just don't like the subjectivity of these cards. And inevitably, like I mentioned in the review, these games never end. So I was playing Joking Hazard once, and it had a scoring. I don't even remember what you score to, but it's the same company, same kind of art as this guy. But we just kept playing, and I don't like. It's a similar type of feel. You're playing stuff and voting and winning cards. I just don't like those games. So when I'm stuck playing them for way longer than the game is supposed to go because we're not adhering to the square and we're just playing to have fun, that's not my jam. Again, people like that. That's fine. I know tons of people love playing these games, love that game, love Cards Against Humanity, love Apples to Apples, just play and play and play and have fun. I get that. I'm only talking about me, my issues with these games. If you like that, that's completely fine. Have fun playing the game. I have no problems. For me, these types of games overstay their welcome too much and are too subjective. I like luck, but luck is out of the control of someone. Subjectivity is basically getting lucky based on someone's opinions, and that's a little too much for me. So, all that being said, if you like this style of game, if you like Joking Hazard, Cards Against Humanity, you're gonna love this. If you like the silly art, you're gonna like this game. If you like party games to play with your friends, you're gonna like this game. Just not necessarily for me. So that is Master Dater from Cyanide and Happiness. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and as always, keep gaming.